everyone. This week we're back in my sewing room. So last week I had put together this modular table to be able to use in my sewing space and not take up a lot of room. So today I wanted to be able to show you in my sewing room some more organization things that I am working on to be able to make more use of this space. I do have a small embroidery business that I run out of this room, so I need all the space available to me. And while I may not be as big as some of the sewing studios that you may see on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, this is the space I have to work with, so I want to make it a little more user-friendly and make it more accessible to get to and to use the products that I have. So let me show you what I have and what my plans are, and then show you a little bit of the table that I made last week and how it's going to work in this space. Okay, let me show you the space I have to work in. So it's just a regular bedroom. After my second son moved out, I took it over for a sewing room. So I feel like I have maxed out a lot of the space that I have to work with. This bookshelf right here holds everything that I use, a lot of it on a regular basis. Now I have the closet behind me with more fabric in it, because if you look at that, you're gonna go, oh, well, that's not much fabric. What are you worrying about? Well, that's the only storage I have besides what's in the closet, and we do use the closet for clothes. So what fabric I do have is also like in banker's boxes in this closet. So one of the things that I have done to be able to maximize some storage space for like the embroidery machines, I use this one a lot as well as this one. And then I have different size embroidery hoops for them. So what has helped is that and you wouldn't need one this big, but I have this over the door hanger, and then for like, I don't know, less than $10, I was able to get this hanging storage. Now it's meant to hold file folders, but it works perfect for holding your machine hoops for your embroidery machine. So that's one thing that has really helped keep things put away. And then when we made this room, it's still now like a guest room. So we actually made this white cabinet here. It is a Murphy bed. So the plan is I have this modular table that I built last week and put on my YouTube channel. You can pull it out and open up the sides, and then it becomes a sewing table for sewing actual projects versus having to schlep out to my kitchen and take all my things out there to be able to cut fabric and then sew there. So I'm very happy with that, and I hope to be able to maybe show at the end of the video. I do have something I need to work on, so I would like to be able to get a small project in there. And one of the things that we did when we built this was add this little storage unit back here. And then what I did, since I was having to go out to the kitchen all the time, is that I just put all my essentials in here, and I would just take that with me. But now I can have that either in that space, easy to get to, or when I open this up, I can show you there is storage inside it that is useful. And then I want to work on this here, and I have all this thread and I just don't have homes for. So what I want to do is repurpose this over the door storage hanger that we've had. It's been around our house for quite a while, but I pulled it out of its home and kind of cleaned it up. And what my plan is to put it behind this ironing board. And actually I'm probably gonna have to drop it down because I might be able to get some storage on the side, but the majority of my space is going to be like below the door, and that's where I want to put like all of these extra items, and then maybe the extra large spools of thread. However, I also got, and I need to put together, is this from Bro Threads on Amazon. It is a spool thread holder. So I'm gonna put that together and then reorganize my thread and put it in this space right here where you see the yellow fabric. So that's my plan. And I'm gonna work on that, and then we'll see how it comes together at the end. So my plan is, after I measured, I'm going to use this cording to drop down the existing storage unit. So I'm just going to cut a piece approximately the size I need and kind of go from there. Okay, so that went pretty smooth. It's nothing fancy, but it's gonna hold, and really there's not that many things that are gonna go in there. It's just to give me some more space. Okay, that worked out perfect in my opinion, because that's all I need is just somewhere to put the bigger, bulkier things out of my way. And then now I just need to reorganize some of the thread I have. I have random thread just kind of laying around. I started out with this years ago when I got my first little 4x4 embroidery machine. I thought, oh, I just need somewhere that I can just have a few small spools of thread where I use them, all the ones I need, and it even spins. And it turns out this is a great little system. It's just a spice rack from Walmart. But as I grew, I needed more space, and I like to have my stuff out so that you can get to it. So that's the next step. I'm gonna reorganize this fabric here and then put together my spool thread holder. So this particular pile is just actual scraps that can still be used for something that I just have nowhere else to put. And then I have a pile of samples from back in the day when I worked at the interior design reupholstery shop. I mean, who can throw away fabric? Oh, and if you didn't notice, I do have this plastic just hanging here just to keep the dust off all the fabric, because we live in the desert and dust is horrible. So hopefully I can reorganize. Oh, look, more thread. Reorganize this a little bit better so that I can use this space for more thread. So technically this has been my scrap bin that just has small pieces of scrap, and maybe I should go through and, oh look, my baby iron. And yes, it works. Anyway, go through, like, there's no need to keep this. I don't even know if there's a need to keep this. But this was expensive. This is just messy. I actually want to put these two together. I bought this as a remnant from Hobby Lobby and I just looked at the tag from 21. Can you believe that? So this is just going to be like a lumbar pillow, and then I have this to be the back. So maybe I can work on that soon. I'm going to leave it out. So that leaves me with my thread organizer, which says it'll hold 93 spools of thread. It comes in this natural color. I really wish it was white, and if I took the time I could spray paint it, but oh, and we have a problem. Okay, so there's this little notch here on how they put in the spinner. So it's not like I'm going to use the spinner a lot anyway. I'm just going to take this off and store it until it gets removed. But now it needs to live here. So let me go get a screwdriver. Okay, so check this out. I just took the base off and it fits in here. And now it's a snug fit, but the little spinner piece is still on, so it still works. So that was an easy remedy for success. So I'm just gonna put the screws back in the wood, and I'll keep the wood piece. When and if someday things change, I can put it back on. So this is meant to have storage on top. You could put thread up here. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because it's too tight of a fit. But it also comes with this cute little hammer and all your little pegs. So I'm going to put the pegs in, and then I'll load it up with all my thread. Okay, so far so good. I have some leftover pieces, but there are the pieces on top. I think there's 9 on top. And then they sent extras in case some didn't fit correctly. And then it comes with these little rubber feet if you wanted to put on the wood base, just to kind of keep it from slipping and sliding. So I'm going to keep these and my cute little hammer inside. And then there are 2 shelves in here. You could have extra storage, more thread, I guess, if you had it. So I'm going to round up all my random spools of thread and just get this all put together. And now I do have, like, the majority of this up here is polyester thread. This happens to be cotton or all-purpose, so I'm going to keep them categorized as best I can. So I'm curious, this is a cheesy little zipper plastic case that it came in. Do you keep or do you throw it away? Because part of me says keep it, but part of me says, oh, it's not that good of quality, throw it away. So I'm throwing it away. I didn't realize I was out of camera. I was adding thread from this little holder that I had. And I noticed that I had this spool that I should probably just put up because I don't want to use it. It's an actual wooden spool, and several years ago, I don't know, maybe right before COVID or right after COVID, I think it was before, a friend of mine, her mother passed away, and so she gave me her original cabinet sewing machine. I have a date on there. I want to say it's from 75 maybe, and the cute little wooden chair that goes with it, and then it was packed full of like patterns and thread, and this is one of the ones that is from there, and it is Coates and Clark. It's a mercerized sewing thread. It's a 23-A, if that means something to somebody, and it was 29 cents. I don't think you can get a spool of thread, even just like a basic spool of thread, for like a couple dollars right now, or at least at the stores I've been to. And Joann's is out of business at this point, but like Walmart has thread, and I don't think they have anything cheaper. Okay, so let me ask how people store their thread, because some of the newer spools have this pop at the bottom where it comes up and you can put your thread in there and then pop it down and it holds your thread. Or there's some similar spools, but this doesn't have anything. There's nothing at the top and there's nothing at the bottom. I mean, there's kind of a notch, but there's nothing that you can like slide it into, so it just hangs here. How do you hold your thread? I'm just curious how other people do it. I know there's like for my bobbin holders, I use these that just pop on and off. But what do you do for your thread? Do they have those for thread also? I haven't looked. Okay, so I have a lot of room to grow here. It's a little snug, but it's working fine. And more so, I use the thread up top. So this is just more storage. Get it out of the way and make sure I don't lose anything. Okay, so I want to get out the table and show you how well it has come together and the possible storage I have for it. And then if I have time, I'm going to put together a small project. I have a curtain that I use as a door for our bathroom, and I need to shorten it. So if I can, I'm going to put that on here. But you can see my machine just sits on here. And then you can pull it out. And then it has these latches to keep it shut. And And then it has these doors / legs that pop open. And then there's a latch underneath that you push to lock it in place. So this is secure now. And the same with this side, there's a little latch that you just pull up, and then there's this little door. And the doors are on casters so that they slide evenly. And then there's another latch that you just push and it locks it into place. Now it works that I have this little chair that I can just move around, and then let me show you underneath. So let me show you underneath just to give you an idea of the storage that it has. So it has this little cubby, and here's the manual that came with it. And then there's shelves in here that you could easily put sewing supplies, or if you use this as a crafting table, like say for Cricut, you could have your Cricut sit on top and then all your supplies underneath. And then this is the latch. So you would just push this and then it's on the caster down there. And so you just lock it in place when you shut it, and then you just pop this up when you go to lock it in place. And there's this red button here, that's what you push to release it. So it has a lot of uses. It was on Amazon. I think I paid $109 for it. And then I'll put the measurements in here, but I want to say it was like 52 inches long with it open. So let me go grab my curtain, and then I'm gonna lay it out and trim it, and then do a quick seam on it and show you how the table comes together. Okay, so I just measured, I need 81 inches to the floor. Okay, yeah, I can tell with my tape measure that it's 52 inches wide. Okay, it's 60 inches to my pin, so I need 21 inches. And if I just cheat, since this is just going in our bedroom, I can just fold this under and then make a seam across. So I need to bring it up 4 inches. So I'm gonna cheat and be lazy. I'm just gonna put a pin at 4 inches all the way across. And then I'm just gonna fold it up and run a seam across it. Okay, so in the amount of time it would have taken me to haul everything out to my kitchen, clean off my kitchen table, bring out my sewing machine, and do all this, I was able to do it all that fast. So I am very happy with this. I don't know if somebody else can find use of this little table. There were a couple other versions on Amazon. I saw the Scrappy Wife. I just watched one of her videos yesterday, and she, I guess, moved from Virginia to Texas, and she had to downsize her craft room. And she did. She bought one of these. It wasn't the exact same one, but it is very similar. The only difference, I think hers had a drawer here, and I remember seeing that one, but it was a few dollars more. And I didn't necessarily need it because I don't think I'm going to be using it for storage. It does have storage, but anyway, I don't get anything out of this. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm just very happy with it. I think someone who needs space in a craft room or a sewing room, or it could be used for what other kind of table. I think on Amazon they even showed it as like a little dining table. But so like maybe a dorm room. I think this is very useful and very handy, and super happy with it. So I hope someone might be able to make use of this. And I think I'm going to wrap up this video because I have everything accomplished. I even got this curtain hemmed up. My husband will be so happy because we have been tripping over it. I mean, you can see it's been ripped. So anyway, it's all put together. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to wrap up this video, and I appreciate everyone watching. And if you could give me a thumbs up. I'm still working on my channel, trying to grow it, and so if you wanted to subscribe, it would be free to you and priceless to me. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye.